Before you spend another $40 on a supplement for your fatigue, your hormones, or your digestion, I want you to just pause because is this really what your body needs, or are you just guessing again? How many times have you found yourself in the supplement aisle, scanning the shelves, hoping that this one might finally work? And maybe you've been trying to piece it all together, like duct tape, following the steps, reading the labels, doing your best, but still something just feels incomplete. And if you've tracked, tested, and tweaked, and you're still wondering why your body isn't responding, trust me, you are not alone and you're not doing it wrong. You've just never been taught how to truly understand what your body is trying to say or how to work with the levers that actually bring it back into balance. So in today's episode, we're getting back to the root of what's been missing. So let's dive in. You've done everything right, clean eating, supplements, every protocol you could find, and still you're exhausted, stuck in brain fog, and your digestion is unpredictable. These symptoms aren't random, they're signals your body has been trying to send, but no one taught you how to read them. I'm Tasha Miller, and this is the Natural Health Solutions Podcast. This is where ambitious women stop guessing and finally start understanding their body with clarity. I used to believe that I was just one step away. I am a problem solver by nature, and I do pride myself on that. And I thought, okay, just one more test, one more tweak, one more book, one more supplement, one more Google search, and then finally I will feel better. I think of the hundreds of hours that I used to spend on Google trying to figure out what was going on with my body, only to come to the conclusion that it just must be perimenopause, because that is just what happens when you're over the age of 35. So I spent a small fortune trying so many things, convincing my husband too that he needed to try this and that new discovery that I had, found out. And at one point, if you looked in my kitchen cabinet, you would have thought that it was a natural health pharmacy. Honestly, my local health food store has made a mint off of me. Magnesium for sleep, ashwagandha for stress, spirulina for energy, probiotics for my digestion. Every symptom had a supplement, and every moment of discomfort, it just sent me searching for the next thing to fix it. And while I thought I was being proactive, the truth was I was still guessing, kind of like playing, pin the tail on the donkey, because I didn't have a real framework. I had a list of suggestions from Google and influencers online, but no clear filter and no roadmap. And if you're old enough to remember what it was like to drive somewhere without a map before GPS, I can tell you that many of my trips they ended up in tears because I ended up going around in a traffic circle for 5 times because I couldn't drive and read a map at the same time. When it comes to our health, if we have no clear roadmap, you're never going to get to your destination. So if I know you've also been trying to piece it all together, to follow the steps, read the labels, and you've been doing your best. But you know that something is not quite working, and you're not alone because there are so many women out there that feel just like you do. I literally hear it every day. And you're not necessarily approaching your health wrong. You've just never been shown how to truly understand what your body is trying to say. And that's what we are diving in today. So let's talk about the 3 levers that shape how you feel every day and how they have to work in sync with your unique body type, or they're not going to work at all. So the one thing that I know about you is that you're not lazy. In fact, you are a solution-driven, ambitious woman. You're not inconsistent, and you really are trying your best. You are not lacking any discipline because you're up at the crack of dawn getting some quiet devotional time or meditation in. You're taking your supplements. You're getting your Pilates in for the day. But you're likely doing what most ambitious, health-aware women do, which is reacting to symptoms, trying to fix them, and hoping that something finally works. You've cleaned up your diet, you're taking the supplements, you're sticking to your routine until life throws you a curveball. And still, the brain fog lingers, the exhaustion creeps in before lunch, your digestion feels unpredictable, and emotionally, you might even feel like you have ADHD, need a conquering anger seminar, or go completely numb. And the real problem isn't your commitment, it's just the approach. You've been trying to fix symptoms without understanding the system behind them. And what most experts, protocols, and wellness plans miss is that your body doesn't follow a generic playbook. It follows your unique patterns and your unique body type, the way your nervous system handles stress, your digestion processes food, and even how you wake up in the morning. And it's all part of a biological rhythm that most plans ignore completely. And what throws one woman out of balance might actually nourish another woman. And that's why the right plan hasn't worked, because what's right for someone else can actually be harmful for you. So there are 3 core levers that impact your health daily. And guys, there's nothing new under the sun about these 3 things. That's not the point here. The point is how they tie in to your unique body type. So the first one is food, and it's not just about what you eat, but about how, when, and how it actually lands in your system. The next one is rhythms, which is the pace and structure of your day and how your body cycles through energy and rest. And the third is lifestyle, which is stress, stimulation, movement, and recovery, all the things that you do that shape how your body feels. But the catch is this: none of these levers work in isolation, and none of them work without knowing your unique body type first. So if your biology isn't wired for intermittent fasting, but your protocol says skip breakfast, and then your energy just completely tanks. I found myself on the floor at 3 a.m. one night. I was 68 hours into a 72-hour fast, and this was the second time I'd tried this. 72 hours is where your body resets, they say. Well, I looked like a homicide victim on my kitchen floor. I couldn't move, I could barely speak, and the world felt like it was spinning out of control. I actually felt so nauseous and so weak. We call it weak pneumonia in my family with my kids. And guess what? My unique body type cannot handle intermittent fasting. It depletes me long-term, slows my digestion, creates more brain fog, more of that ADHD scattered thinking, and one of the reasons why I was doing it was also to lose a few pounds. And guess what? It just makes me gain more weight. But that was a trend at the time, and so many other women were having such amazing success. So I thought I would too. And I bet you there's at least one of you out there that has felt the same way with intermittent fasting. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not for everybody. So if your nervous system craves grounding, but you're doing HIIT exercises because it's a good cardio program, guess what? Your stress hormones are going to spike. If your digestion runs cold and you're piling on raw green smoothies, it's not cleansing. It's actually very depleting for you. So the lever isn't wrong. It's just pulling in the wrong direction because it's not aligned with your actual unique body type. So what is the missing piece? You have a dominant, unique body type blend. I've talked about this before. It's your biological blueprint, and it shapes how you experience food, stress, energy, and emotion. And we've talked about the 3 types, but I'll just briefly go over them again. There's the visionary type. You're a quick thinker, bright, intuitive, but you can be prone to depletion, scattered energy, and overwhelm if you're not grounded. The driver type is sharp and productive and focused, but can run hot. Burnout, has tension, and urgency are common when you push yourself too far. And the anchor type is steady, nurturing, and consistent, but when you're out of balance, you can feel heavy, have brain fog, or just feel stuck and unmotivated. And we're all a blend of all 3, but in a very specific order for each one of us. And when your blend gets out of sync, the symptoms start whispering, and then they start shouting at you until you notice because they're trying to get your attention. So most plans treat symptoms like they're enemies. You've heard these: beat the bloat, crush your cravings, conquer your fatigue. But when you see symptoms as information instead of an enemy, everything is going to shift. It's not, why am I bloated? It's, what in my rhythms, food, or lifestyle are pulling me out of sync? It's not, how do I stop the brain fog? It's, what part of my system isn't getting what it needs? And when you understand the language of your body, those 3 levers become tools for clarity, not just control mechanisms. You stop guessing, you stop chasing, and you start listening. For me, the shift came when I stopped treating my body like a puzzle I had to solve and started treating it like a person that I needed to understand. I stopped buying supplements based on symptoms. I started choosing food that felt good, not just looked good on a checklist. And I changed my rhythms from how much can I fit in my days to how much energy do I actually have to give? And slowly, my body started to respond, not because I finally found the perfect protocol, but because I finally found the right pair of glasses to see my body the way it was meant to be understood. Remember putting on your grandma's reading glasses when you were a kid, thinking you were going to somehow give yourself laser vision, but instead everything just looked ultra blurry? That's because those glasses weren't designed for your eyesight. They were designed for hers. So you don't need another reset. You don't need another checklist, and you certainly don't need another fix. You just need a new perspective, new pair of glasses to see through. So if you've been doing everything right, and it just still feels wrong, if you feel like your body is sabotaging you or it's just not cooperating, it's not you. It's just that you haven't been given a way to understand what your body's been trying to say this whole time. Now, I'm building something behind the scenes just for you. Resources, tools, and support designed specifically for ambitious, solution-driven women who are done with guessing and ready to truly start understanding their bodies intuitively. These aren't checklists that you're going to be learning. You literally will be going throughout your day going, okay, I know what's going on. Like you just intuitively know it. And if you're ready to stop guessing and finally understand what your body is telling you, this is where you're going to start. So if you want to be the first to know when these resources are released, I'd love to invite you to join my newsletter at tashamiller.co/newsletter. The link will be down in the show notes. I hope today's episode gave you a few aha moments. And if it did, leave me a review down below and let me know what stood out to you the most. All right, I will see you back here next week. Thank you for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, tap follow and leave a 5-star review down below. I read every single one and it helps more women find this podcast. If you want to keep the conversation going, head to tashamiller.co for resources, offers, and all the ways to connect with me.